Well, the pre-rut is definitely in full swing. It is now late October, and I have left the area that we ended up last time, and although there was sign there, I think there was just too much pressure. And so I was looking at areas on Onyx, on the map, to figure out where are areas that deer can be secluded from and still have everything that they want. They still have a good water source, they still have a good food source, and they're far enough away from the public. What's that hunting hole? And looking on the map, I kind of found this secluded area that was about 1.5 miles from a parking lot, or a little over 1.5 miles, I should say. So definitely secluded, definitely going to take a lot of work for someone to get into here. Not that there aren't ever people hunting in that area. I imagine there may be, but I highly doubt the pressure is very high. And so that's what I went into this area and to see what it looked like, to see what I would find. And when I went into the area, I knew in a few days there was going to be a cold front coming in the next week. And so I was wanting to scout out before that cold front came in to see what kind of sign can I find and what kind of area should I be in for that cold front. And when I went into the area, I found that there were just acorns down everywhere. Squirrels were continually on the ground feeding on acorns rather than up in the trees. And there were scrapes and rubs everywhere. I mean, it's almost like you couldn't walk, 50 yards and not find a scrape or a rub in that area. And so then I just focused in on what are good pressure points, what are good areas, and what are the main tracks that you can tell that deer are coming from a bedding area and going to a food source or to a water source or wherever else. And I found this little area on the side of this mountain, kind of feeding down into a valley. That's more of a finger, I should say, and it kind of feeds into, there's a valley on the one side that is really thick, like it's a bedding area, and on the other side leads down to the water source. So that's basically where I was at and what I found, and it was really great sign. And that's kind of what I focused on. Well, just got set up. It's a nice chilly morning this morning. It was about a wind chill of 19 degrees as I was coming in this morning, so it was real cool. It's been real rainy the last probably 4 days, 5 days or so. Today's the first clear day, and it's a real cool pressure came in and really has cooled us down. Already got squirrels fighting over there. I've scouted this area last week, and I found on the side of this, or down this ridge on this mountaintop, there is sign everywhere. I've set up on 2 rubs in a scrape basically right now, where there's about, within a 20-yard distance, 2 rubs and about 2 scrapes really. So, seems to be lots of action, seeing lots of deer coming in on the truck ride here, so. I really think we're gonna see something this morning, but time will tell. I've said that before.
about 7 does walk right under my stand. And like a rookie mistake, I didn't even hit the record button. My hands are so cold I pressed it, but apparently I didn't press it all the way. I didn't realize it until they were walking away. So that really sucks. There was one big lead doe that was under my stand for a long time. And I even reached for my bow. I thought about shooting her. And then I realized the camera wasn't even on. So I just let them pass. Here in a second, I'm going to possibly do a little grunt sequence. I really hope something's behind these does, following them. But we'll see. Man, that sucks though. That sucks a lot. But it is what it is. Did see the first little bit of action. 7 does coming in. Man, that's crazy. Just had a little 2-inch spike and then a little 4 or 5, little 4 or a 5 point buck come by. It kind of looked like the little 4 or 5 point was trying to push off the little spike because he followed right behind him. I was kind of getting after him a little bit. That was fun though. I've had a lot of action this morning. So that's made me really happy. It's an early good morning. Those 2 bucks followed the same exact path those group of does came by earlier. I mean, the same exact path down. But I couldn't have asked for a better morning, really. The only thing I'm missing is the big boy. I am kind of torn on what I'm going to do tomorrow. Because tomorrow the wind changes. And the wind's coming out of the north right now, which is perfect for this location. But it's going to do a 180 and go to the south tomorrow. So that wind will go right over where all these deer have been coming from. So I'm kind of torn what I should do. I want to keep coming back because obviously there's lots of deer in this area. But it'd be a big gamble. It's now the next day. The next morning, I should say. Just got set up. And I already heard a buck grunt in that direction. So I grunted back at him. I got everything rolling, so hope he responds back, because I grunted at him, so I expect him to maybe be coming in here pretty soon, maybe. Big buck, looks like it. I'm not sure where that buck went. He looked like he was chasing the doe, and the doe's fall is coming in right now. But I don't know where that buck is. has definitely been an eventful morning this morning. So far we've seen that doe and that fawn that came by first thing. That small buck that was following them. And I had that little baby spike and that little bit more mature buck that was kind of chasing him. I only seen that big buck just for a glimpse of a second, but he ran up the ridge right behind me, going this way. So I'm hoping as the morning progresses, he kind of makes its way back down here and checks these streams that just passes through to go down to the major bedding area that's just down this way. But it's been an amazing morning so far. Still super cold. It's about 19 degrees. Headed out this morning. It is now November 1st. So the pre-rut is definitely in motion. And we're definitely seeing those signs of it on how these deer are acting right now. We'll see. Hopefully we see a big buck. That's what I hope. Just had that little 5-point come by. That was pretty cool. Looked like he had a limp to him, so it's almost like maybe he got hurt, maybe fighting or something. This is definitely the spot to be, though. I've had really good success here the last few days, so I've been really happy with what I've seen.
That small buck ended up being the last thing that I seen that week, but it was still a really good week regardless. I seen all kinds of sign, had deer all around me, pretty much every day, and even seen that mature buck for a split second. So I know I'm definitely in the right area. I just got to keep pressing it and find that really good spot to kind of catch him in his movement. You're coming up pretty quick. Next weekend is firearm season here in Missouri, so I have a trip planned and see if we can make something happen with that. So we've got big hopes for that one. Rut's definitely going to be coming up pretty soon, so I know there's definitely lots of potential to see nice big bucks and see if we can make something happen on that side. So when I come back from this trip, I'm going to come back to this kind of similar area, I think. Maybe go just a little bit deeper, go maybe closer to the bedding area, or go on the other side, closer maybe to that water source, and kind of catch them in that movement a little bit more. So that's kind of my plan, and hopefully next week or next time we'll get something done.